This is Poplar Lake, where we are launching into the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness for the next 2 nights. It's been raining, but it looks like it's clearing up just for our launch. So here's our launch point on Poplar Lake. We headed through these islands up to the entry point 49, and then is our first portage, which is almost a mile. The yellow line there brings us to Skipper Lake. That's the longest portage. A short portage there to Little Rush Lake. Another short portage to regular Rush Lake, on which there are 4 campsites. And our hope is to camp on one of those, but we also have the option for one more portage. And there's 4 more campsites on Banadad Lake. All right, we found portage number 859. This is going to be a 5,238 foot long portage.
We can switch halfway through.
Really rocky, challenging. But I'm feeling pretty good because I know that the worst is over.
Yes.
Woo!
By far. Like, that's way worse than anything else you should see.
Couple of the bays here on the east side of Skipper Lake. Campsite number 614. Okay, so I think this is actually a high water portage. Someone told us that in the next bay over there would be a regular portage, so we're gonna try and find that one rather than try and carry or drag the canoes through here. I think we see portage number, well, it doesn't really have a number since 88 was flooded. I guess this is just an alternate route for portage 88. That's not too bad. It's short, rocky. Even though it's raining, it's not too muddy and slippery.
Let's see. Gold.
All right, Little Rush Lake. And Little Rush Lake, I'd heard there's a burn area around Rush Lake. I think this is the beginning of that, with the younger undergrowth and the larger dead trees still sticking up from when that fire happened. I found portage number 396 at the west end of Little Rush Lake that leads to Rush Lake. It's a 709 foot portage, our second longest one. Heard it can be muddy, and I've heard it can be steep. This is going to be a challenge with a canoe on the back. There's a sight for sore eyes. Rush Lake. And Seth. I made it to campsite 612 on Rush Lake, but as expected, it's very exposed, very barren because of the fire that went through here, I think like 10 or so years ago. That's campsite 613 over there, but that's taken. Campsite 583 on the left in that channel. On the right, campsite 584 and portage number 92. The campsite on the left on Rush Lake here is supposed to be overgrown, so we're gonna head to the right and check it out. Portage number 92 here. It's just gonna be a 153 footer. Some beautiful cliffs along it in this cove.
Maybe you will need help to get on this bridge, Mark? Or maybe you'll just want to go through the mud.
Ski trail is surprisingly not that overgrown. Campsite number 579 on Banadad Lake. Decent landing spaces, beautiful view. Might come back to this one. This is not a bad site. This is campsite number 580. Got the fire area with some nice log seating. This is a north view, and then the south view across the lake. Lots of little trails back here. Oh, here we go. Great tent pad sites. This is a pretty nice site. And campsite 582.
Otherwise,
Home sweet home. Lots of room. Beautiful fire feature there
yeah, the fire pits.
with some built-in log stools.
No,
That should
5 minutes and then add
hopefully be enough to give us a little fire.
for 10 minutes. For sure, Seth has been way longer.
Oh yeah,
Yours is probably
that'll go all right.
10.
You're sleeping like a baby next to the fire. Like, they can be that way, for sure.
Wonder why they're not. Just cool enough, or?
Late in the season.
Cool.
We camped on Banadad Lake right here. And the campsite is right there on an island. And today we plan to go up this channel, try some fishing, check out the campsite. Portage here, we won't take all our gear, so it'll be a lot easier portaging. Paddle this lake and see if we can get up here at all and leave our canoe, just walk this and take a look and come back and try a few different fishing spots. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I just found campsite 581 here. Nice fire area and tent area back here. Kind of a small site, and it looks pretty nice actually. Okay, this is portage number 413 on the west end of Banadad Lake. It's a 1,400-foot portage that will take us to Sebeka Lake. Muddy, but people have put down some birch to help. Holy smokes. Mosquitoes too. Portage 425 is in a lot better shape than the last one. It's dry, it's wide, and I believe this is moose scat. All right, this is as far as we'll be making it. Ross Lake. Oh wow, jackpot. baby.
Me and the girls were just going over a boulder pile. Jackie was telling me how smallmouth like boulder piles, and we should hit it up around there. And so they just drifted over, and then I was casting up behind them with a deeper diving lure, and this bad boy came up and smacked it. You got pretty tough scales. Dig in till you hit the spine. Angle your knife, and you're just trying to follow right along his backbone there, and then you go all the way through, and I'm just trying to follow his center bone here and ride it out to the tail. And I just take my knife and I'll try to find his ribs back there, and it's just kind of by feel. And they have like a Y rib cage here, so you start kind of cutting through some little short bones right there, but the bigger ones you're leaving in right here. And you come down to the belly like so. And there you go. Nice and slow. Perfect. Get another one in there. And we'll be able to get a couple more in there. Yep. And then at least one more. And if you get little ones, we'll just squeeze them. When you see the fillets separating, that's usually means you're good to go.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Press it down.
That was a great sight. About 10.2 miles, maybe a little less. We won't have as many spurs on the way back. And I'll have 4 portages and I think 5 lakes to go. So still a little bit of journey ahead of us as we close out this beautiful Boundary Waters trip.
Always get in the danger zone. Go, go, go.
Saying goodbye to Banadad Lake at portage number 92. A little gusty out on Rush Lake here, but not too bad. So, it's campsite 613 on Rush Lake. And so you got wild choke cherries. Right below it, wild raspberries. Got some waves. Don't see anything white capping yet, but it's going to be a challenging but short paddle. Final portage after Skipper Lake. This is the doozy. Is it portage or portage?
If you're French, it's portage. If you're Minnesotan, you say portage.
Oh,
we say
man.
lots of things.
I'm French and Minnesotan.
Portage.
I'm gonna stick with portage just because of it feels good to say, but
Well, you've been saying
maybe
that the whole time.
because it feels good.
Nobody knew what you were talking about. Why do you keep calling portages portage? No.
I thought he was talking about like some kind of sausage.
There it is. The beach, the sweet, sweet end on Poplar Lake. Incredible journey. There's Seth coming in hot. The girls should be just behind him. Here comes Jake and Lori. He's good. Thus ends a fantastic journey from Poplar Lake to Ross Lake in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness.